We are the sun superheroes.
Our mission is to tell people about the amazing scientists who are studying the sun.
Hi, my name is Destiny.
Hi, Destiny.
Your biography says that you study the outer atmosphere of the sun. We tried cataloging solar flares on the Solar Storm Watch Citizen Science Fair project. It seemed you get repetitive. What does your day look like?
So my day is not repetitive at all. And let me first say that because you're just an amateur scientist, it's hard for amateur scientists sometimes to do things that are both really important and really interesting because you don't yet have the background. If you were to study hard in school and go to college and get a degree, then you could be a professional scientist, and then it would be way more fun and way more interesting. But yeah, so my day is not repetitive. I do lots of different things. I answer emails. I mean, every day I get many emails about various things. Sometimes they're from my colleagues, other scientists that I work with, and they may have a question for me, and I'll answer the question. I sometimes look at data, like you were doing with the solar flares. But I spend a lot of my time doing what I would call theory. So theory is when you try to understand the data that you see, the observations that you have. You say, what could be doing that? I see this thing happening on the sun. What could be doing that? And you have an idea based upon your knowledge of science, your knowledge of physics. So you have this idea, and you start thinking about it a bit more, and you might decide, oh yeah, that is a promising idea. It might be right. But then you have to evaluate it in a very serious way. And the way we do that is typically by taking the equations of physics. So equations, these are the mathematical things, the equations that you might you see and perhaps written down, and we try to solve those equations and see if the equations can explain what we observe. And if they do, that means that our theory is likely to be correct. Or maybe it doesn't quite explain the observations, so we have to then modify our theory, make changes. So I do all those things. I develop these theories, which sometimes means just writing down on a piece of paper the equations and trying to solve them. Oftentimes the equations cannot be solved in that way, so you have to write a computer program to solve the equations. That's called numerical simulation. So you have the computer solve the equations, and then it tries to mimic what's happening on the sun. And I analyze data, and I do lots and lots of different things. So it's a really interesting career. I said to you at the very beginning that being a professional scientist is such a fabulous job. I feel incredibly lucky to have this job. I feel that basically this is my hobby. So I'm doing what I want to do, and I would, even if I didn't have to do it, I would choose to do it. So it's my hobby, and they pay me to do it, which is just amazing. But even more than that, science today involves collaborations with people all over the country and all over the world. So I travel all over the world as part of my science to work with other scientists, to go to conferences. Here's an example. Just about a month ago, I went on a trip that had two parts. I went to a place called Abu Dhabi, which is in the Middle East, in the first half of the trip, and the second half of the trip I went to Switzerland. And it was really fun. And this is just typical for being a scientist. So I'm sorry that things seem repetitive for you with your study of flares. I'm not surprised. But to do the really interesting things, you really have to have a strong education. So that means studying hard in school. But the payoff of that is fantastic.
Cool.
So if you have an inclination and interest in science, I strongly encourage you to pursue it.